In this episode, we travel to the city of Nottingham, to what is formerly an old cinema. Today, the building serves a very different purpose, hosting hundreds of strange objects and artifacts from all around the world. But do not be mistaken. This is no typical museum. It's believed that most of its exhibits come with their own stories. Some even say attachments, as these objects are said to be haunted.
Dude, where's that smoke coming from? Dude, there's literally smoke coming out your jacket.
One of the darkest items got in the building is the Martha doll.
Martha! Yo, there's more banging again.
So the museum itself opened as a cinema in 1929 on the old grounds of the Mapley Hospital and closed in 1957. The building has been abandoned since 2012. We took it on in 2018. That's when we decided to turn it into a museum. So we've got hundreds of artifacts from around the world. A lot of them do come with very interesting stories. Some of them are a little bit more dangerous than others as far as the stories go. I've personally had some guests that have only lasted 15 minutes. We had some activity. One of them started to have a panic attack. I took them down to the cafe, chilled them out, or tried to, but they said that they'd had a great night, but they'd had enough encounters they were happy with. It's a good building for scaring people away. I think one of the darkest artifacts we've got in the building is the Martha doll that's in the old projector room. I've taken 8 guests in with me once, introduced them to Martha. We went lights out, calling out for 10 minutes. When the light came back on, all of the guests had noticed that Martha had actually, her face had changed position, because when we went in, she was looking slightly off centre. But when we turned the lights back on, she was looking straight forward. And for 8 guests to witness that was absolutely amazing. She is sealed away, so no one can get in and open her up. And it was fascinating just to have that many witnesses experience it at the same time. Martha herself is supposed to be very negative. People that have encountered her have said they've experienced anxiety, depression. We've had a few people say that they've had nightmares of her. Some say they have out-of-body experiences. When they do a lone vigil, they say they kind of go into a state where they look like they're watching themselves looking at Martha. So she does affect people very negatively.
So let's try find out if there's actual truth to these claims of these objects and dolls being haunted in this allegedly haunted museum. What do you think?
I mean, have you ever had experience of an object causing a haunting?
I don't know.
I've heard stories, but I've never myself experienced something from an object. Do you know what I mean? Like a doll moving or causing other things to happen around it. Is it the building? You know, this building is quite old. The experiences people have been having here could just be from that, not necessarily these objects that have been brought in.
So, I mean, it is hard to 100% say for sure whether it is the objects or the building, but we'll try to find out as much as possible if we do get evidence at all. I mean, people are saying it is haunted, so we can only try to find out ourselves.
What's the ceiling, guys? It's a bit low in here. So, we haven't been told what happens here. We're not aware of any experiences specifically, but The guy that was with us did tell us that the main feature in this room is that doll's house behind you, Carl. So where it's from, what's said to happen in here, we don't know. But this is said to be the most haunted thing in here, in this room at least. So you'd be thinking straight away, okay, children, was this their most prized toy? Did they just spend hours upon hours playing with this? Perhaps died of an illness, What age would you put that? Victorian maybe?
Don't know, it's pretty old, isn't it? Mind you saying that, there is plastic on it. So...
But yeah, I'm just look inside, guys. I mean, that does look old to me. It's all wooden little bits. I feel like that's kind of Victorian era. I know what you're saying, it's got like perspex. Is that perspex? I suppose that could have been added after, couldn't it? Like I say, has a child who loved this, passed away and attached to this just because they had such fond memories of it. Is there any children in this room who own this doll's house on this table? Was that your favourite toy? If there's somebody in here that likes that doll's house, can you let us know? I must say, and it's surprising me, I'm getting a bit of a funny vibe, like...
Anxiety?
Yeah.
I was shocked to hear Sean comment on a feeling he had of a sudden wave of anxiety for no apparent reason, as I too experienced the same feeling at the exact same time. Could there be a rational explanation for this, or was this the first sign of something paranormal going on here?
Ask again, if that doll's house is yours, and you've come here with that, please let us know in any way that you can. You feeling it again?
Jesus, that was like a... feeling it now, it's just like this...
Do you know what I'm feeling like?
Tight, like, not tight,
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Like
a almost panic attack.
Yeah.
Like a...
yes. Oh my god, yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
All
like
three of us are feeling that.
Trying to...
Yeah, weird that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not as if it's like cold or anything, or it's some, the cold air's affecting your breath or anything. It's just generally like this overwhelming feeling. Yeah, it's just all of a sudden like wave.
Doll's house, I start to feel a bit panicky. Like,
yeah.
How weird.
That's weird that all three of us are feeling that. That's surely strong energy is doing that to affect all three of us.
Oh, that one time, just like boom.
Yeah.
All of us is feeling it like that.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's like waves of it. It's just like, and then it's it stops and it's happening again. It's so strange.
Listen, if you are here and you're feeling a little bit nervous with us being here, don't be, because we're quite friendly. But we're feeling kind of anxiety. And we just want to know if that's what you're feeling. Are we picking up what you're feeling?
Do you reckon they're like protecting the doll's house? Don't want people around it?
It's quite strong over here. This is where I'm feeling it.
I wonder if it's worth putting a REM pod next to it.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah, let's get a REM pod next to it because if it's something to do with the house, you never know. Might get some activity on it. If that was you making us feel uneasy, can you try go towards the device that I've put next to the doll's house? It just lets us know that you're here with us now and it won't harm you in any way. It's a new toy you can play with. Man, my heart is beating like so crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm just sat about doing nothing. It's just like doo doo doo.
We were all surprised to be experiencing the same exact feeling. Were we picking up on the feelings of a spirit that used to own the doll's house, or was this something else? We were to later find out that the feelings that we all felt was possibly caused by something of a darker nature.
Okay, so we're now heading down to the cellar, and this is where they've got objects from Denby Mental Asylum. We've each experienced a lot of activity at Denby Mental Asylum. Very haunted place. Has that energy came here? Has any spirits attached to these objects and now haunt this place? So we're told these are body trays from the asylum's morgue, and there will have been hundreds, maybe thousands of bodies on these over the years. That asylum was in operation for a long time. But then you have to think, if you can possess an object, attach your spirit, life force to an object, would it really be the body tray that you're on? Just because your body's been lying on it, dead, would you really haunt that?
I don't know. I mean, is it something to do with residual energy? Because if the stone tape theory is correct, you know, it's just like a vinyl. You embed the music onto a piece of plastic, and you know, they say the same thing with spirits. You know, when pass over is part of their energy, just embedded onto whatever it may be when they die, or you know, after they died, wherever it may be. I don't know. Just embedded onto whatever it may be when they die. Just embedded onto whatever it may be when they die.
I don't know if it's worth like jumping on one of these.
Yeah,
or
man.
lying down on one of them.
I mean, it's pretty grim, but
Go for it.
who's going first? Is it stable?
I don't know if I trust that one. That looks well solid, but... Ooh, they do roll as well, so what's that?
I hope this is going to be safe.
From collapsing down on top of
body,
it.
so it's going to be safe, isn't it?
What is going on up there? The tray was sliding.
It's kind of weird.
What?
I know it's really grim, but you know, we all end up on one of these.
True. Yeah.
It's pretty awful. Just like what we're doing right now, just think of how many bodies have actually been on these trays. You know, they've lived lives, and no matter how they've died, they've ended up, well, on these trays.
Yeah.
So weird.
Hello? Is somebody down here? Was your body once on these beds? Was that you? Somebody just croak.
No.
Did you hear that?
No.
You didn't hear that? Mate, somebody just croaked at the last breath, like...
Yeah, that's what I thought it sounded like. It was like,
Was that not you?
that weren't me, mate. That I was just like, what was that? Thought it was one of yous.
No.
Dude, that was like... Was that you? If that was you, can you try and make it much louder for us? Did you die in this tray? Can you try to say something to us? If you was the person that made that sound, can you try and do something again?
Having now investigated both the highest and lowest rooms in the museum, it was time to move on to the main auditorium, where most of the exhibits could be found.
So this is it, the main part of the building, what used to be a cinema. But as you can tell, you're looking around, there is so many artifacts and items in here, it's kind of hard to get a grasp on where to start in this building.
There's just all kinds of different stuff, isn't there? Like film memorabilia. Again, a bit like the doll's house upstairs, with these like prized possessions of kids, even adults, you know. They left their mark on these objects. Oh, guys, this is interesting. Look, is that one of the death camps? Yeah, from Auschwitz. No. Nazi ring.
No way.
One of the officers would have wore.
That's insane.
What's that? What's these other things? Just bits of debris from there. Bit of the building or something. Yeah. Wow. That kind of stuff, you can understand residual. The negative emotions that went on there, it doesn't get worse than that. And the kind of evil people that wore them rings. What's this? Child communicator, on or off? Dude. Oh. Jesus.
I'm so glad I got that.
I thought he was going to like speak to you or something, child communicator.
I thought it would be some kind of spirit box.
Yeah. Oh, don't like that teddy bear. I know, something just don't sit right about that teddy bear.
No.
Having now had a good look around at what the museum had to offer, we were all pretty shocked at just how bizarre and downright creepy some of the artifacts were. But there was one burning question on our minds: were they actually haunted?
Right, let's do the spirit box. Let's see what's going on. Hello? Is there any spirits that are attached to these objects within this building? Or maybe you reside in this building and not actually attached to an object. Would you want to try use this device to talk to us? How? 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 Dude, I just said how. How? How?
Although I do not need to pay council tax, this response was very interesting due to the duration of around 10 sweeps in the same male voice. This helps to rule out the possibility of it being radio contamination, because if it was of the voice of a radio presenter, then that means the spirit box stayed on a particular radio station 10 times over the 10 sweeps that the voice is heard over, which is not how the technology works. Every time you hear a sweep, which is the static sound, the box is jumping to the next radio frequency, the same as constantly turning the tuning dial on an old-fashioned radio.
So you attached to these objects? Let's take a walk around these objects and see if we get a better response.
When we go near the object you're in here for, just let us know, speak to us.
So can you try and tell us where to go? Do you prefer us being over here? Is there anything that we should know?
You sit, sir. Do you speak?
No.
Male
I
voice
heard
then.
that, yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
Is there anything that we should know? Is there anything that we should know?
Did your body once travel in this funeral cart here? It's made of wood as well. Again, like stone tape theory, same with wood, isn't it? For absorbing energy. Come on, we just heard a man. Can you say something else to us? It's always when you're like making a lot of noise when you're spirit boxing. It seems that's when they be loud.
Yeah.
It's almost like it ramps the energy up somehow.
Yeah.
Why?
So it makes you wonder, if we just speak loud, why do you need the spirit box making a racket? If we just raise our voices,
dude.
Is that what?
Dude, someone's just like, no joke, was just like tugged on my arm, like right here. It was like a bit of a pull.
Were you looking at him?
I believe so. All right. Well, let's carry on.
Yeah, maybe keep asking questions. Just
raise your voice.
Yeah, raise your voice. See if you
Seems volume seems to work. It can't be the noise of the boxes drawing him in. So come on, what's your name? We just heard you speak to us. Well, we heard him moan. My name's Sean.
My name's Karl.
Owen.
What's your name? We're over here if you need volume to track us. If you can't see us and you're going off volume, off sound.
We continued to call out, raising our voices, testing our theory that maybe the persistently loud sound wave from the spirit box could be acting as a beacon for spirits to locate our position, assuming that their surroundings could be total darkness and not necessarily the environment that we are seeing.
So can you say something else to us?
Was that? That was you, right?
No.
What?
No.
You were. What did you just hear?
Ooh.
Yeah.
No.
It was longer. It was like almost singing.
Dude.
Was that? Was that?
So that didn't come through the spirit.
No, it was ambient.
There's quite a lot of bass to it. It's like,
Yeah.
Someone going like that.
It was like you just started singing. It come from behind you, I'd say.
Yeah, it's definitely from that way. Are you near any of these? Maybe you can tell me when to stop.
Just say stop, out loud. Stop. Just keep walking.
Well, guys, what was that?
Dude, what was that? That bang?
It was like floorboards that just went,
Yeah, right, yeah.
but it wasn't close. I didn't feel vibration. It was back here.
Just keep walking.
Well, guys, what was that?
Just keep walking.
Well, guys, what was that? That was massive. It was like someone jumped and went. But no, see here, the acoustic's different.
Yeah, it's more like
Yeah, deeper.
Let's keep running.
Yeah.
Is that you making the bang? No.
No. What?
No.
Who was it then?
Female voice again.
Yeah.
No.
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 There's a female speaking to you through that, but then there's a man in the room.
Try and venture a little bit up the stairs, maybe. Are you up here? Are you up in this section?
I'm coughing up here.
Are you up here? What? Does that say family?
Does that say found me?
Found it.
Or found me? Found me. That sounds like a child.
Yeah, found me.
Does that say found me? Does that say found me?
Although in the moment we thought this childlike voice said found me, on review it clearly sounds like found you. If so, the creepy question is, why was it looking for us?
So, are you here right now then?
Dude, just thought. That doll room's right here.
Yo, it is. Dude.
That Martha.
And that's a child-sized doll, innit? And it's just said, found me.
Yeah.
That is so weird. I've got this like goosebumps like rushing right now. That is so weird.
I mean, it might be nothing to do with that, but it's coincidence that that is the next room. And it's just said, found me, like a little girl's voice. So that is said to be the darkest, most active thing in this place, the most haunted object in this place. The doll of Martha. Martha? Did you just say, found me? What the?
No!
What? What?
That was so bizarre. That was loud.
Yeah.
That was really loud.
And I literally just asked for Martha, didn't I? It was on command after.
That is insane.
Martha, are you aware of us being in this room with you? It says warning, positively do not touch.
Dude, should I touch it?
Yeah.
Take them off. Do I do it? I don't know. The thing is, like, do you know, if this generally does like 100% exist, then like, you know, what's gonna happen?
You're
I don't know, man. No, but seriously, do you know what I mean? If it was to generally touch this and this like does take an effect on me, do you know what I mean? I don't know. I really don't know. But is that me being paranoid?
We're here to find out, are these objects really haunted?
What about if we all touch it? We all just, you know, just touch it or whatever, and then just see what happens. Because, you know, if it was just me to touch it on my own and then like I start feeling thingy, that could just be me being paranoid. But if we all touch it, I'm gonna touch it.
Oh, you're actually going to touch?
No, I don't know.
You're going to touch the doll. I thought you were just going to touch the cabinet. You're going to actually touch its head.
No, I'm looking at the doll and it's just giving, like, the evil.
Yeah, like, just try it. You just try it. Do it, man. Do it.
But is it superstition, like, you know, being touched
Hey,
the
you're not
dolls?
comfortable doing it, don't do it.
Well, it's like, you know, that just clearly says, like, you know,
Yeah.
that's a red one that says do not touch it. Push it.
I think we should respect that.
Yeah, but we're here to investigate, to see if there is truth to all these claims.
Why on earth did I suggest doing this? Almost instantly after touching it, I got a really bad feeling, which at this point I simply put down to superstition. But was it?
Touch the doll.
He's done it.
Right, let's just
So the best thing to do is forget you did that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try.
Don't let it go in mind.
Rule everything out and just do it like.
Can I just say, it's really weird. I don't know if it's just coincidence, but 2 seconds or so after he touched it, I just got a massive pain in my stomach.
What? Really?
Yeah, it's gone now. But literally, like, just stomach started wrenching for like, I don't know, 4 seconds. Literally just after you touched it. Is it just a coincidence? I don't know. Why don't you go stand over there now, Cole? And let's just see if she starts looking at you over there. So we were told, with the head turning, so they came in, had the lights on, started calling out, and they turned the lights off. And when they turned the light back on, her head had, I don't know if it changed side, but it definitely moved.
Right.
So,
Should we go lights out?
yeah, Carl, you stand over there. She's going to turn to you, you'd think. You've touched her. Let's go lights out.
Oh my god.
Martha, if you can hear us, can you look at Carl? Carl just touched you, even though he was warned not to. Show us why he shouldn't have done that.
Bro, no, did you hear that? Someone tell me everyone heard that. Bro.
Whatever it was, it didn't sound female. It's not like I would have expected to hear from Martha.
Was this deep, beast-like sounding grunt a sign that something more sinister was in fact in here? Could it be possible that this is the entity that is said to be attached to the Martha doll? We decided to try and communicate using the spirit box, and the series of events that now follow were downright bizarre and seriously concerning.
Anyone smell that?
No.
No.
What are you smelling?
Dude, that smells like it smells on fire. It's like a burning / plasticky smell. Like a really old smell. Tell me you can smell that. It's proper strong, it's like burning.
Oh yeah.
You smell that?
Got a wave of it there.
The one and only time I witnessed this strong old burning smell that Karl had been experiencing was the moment when he stepped aside and I walked over the exact same spot that he had been stood in. We would soon realise the significance of this.
Yeah, I did. Literally one waft of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't electrical burn. It was like.
It's like that old plasticky, musty, burning smell.
Yeah.
It's like a combination of weird smells.
Like old wood burning, maybe.
What's that smell you're creating? If that is you creating it.
That's it, Marty.
Marty?
That's it, Marty. That's it, Marty.
Was this Marty short for Martha, responding to Karl's question, asking who was responsible for this burning smell? Was this confirmation that the doll or its entity really was angered by Karl's actions?
Dude, where's all that smoke coming from it? There's literally smoke coming out of your jacket. It's rising. It weren't from your mouth.
Dude. Dude, I'm like smoking.
What?
I'm smoking.
There was smoke rising from here. At first I thought it was his breath. What the man?
Dude, that's all my stuff right there. That was...
Undo your jacket, dude. There was smoke coming out of your jacket.
I was smoking, I'm not joking. I seen smoke like that and it's not my breath.
Yeah, I thought it was at first, and then I saw loads of it rising from the floor, like.
Did you see it?
Yeah, oh, I don't know if the camera would see it, but I saw it with my eyes.
As I suspected at the time, with this misty smoke looking fine in density, its particles frustratingly were not picked up by either camera, yet were so visible from where I was stood to the naked eye, especially in these low light conditions.
Dude, I wonder what that smell was. Wow. Dude, that don't look
I'm fire to you.
fire, dude. Yo, this is not funny. This is
So,
I swear down, there was smoke coming out of him.
because you, right,
Dude, strip that hoodie off as well.
I should be laughing.
You haven't got a lighter on you or something,
I've
have
got
you?
nothing on me, mate. Honestly, that is literally. I've literally got spare battery, phone, torch, and my car keys. That is all I've had on me.
This was the moment when we realised, only once reviewing the footage, the significance where I was stood in relation to this insane phenomena. The whole time, I had been standing at the edge of the pentagram in line with symbols point corresponding to fire. This surely wasn't just a coincidence. Although I did appear to be laughing it off, I was literally terrified and seriously freaking out, now believing I had angered the vengeful spirit of this Martha. Unable to put a rational explanation to any of this, I had to get out of the building fast to try calm myself down and reflect on what the hell just happened.
that's weird.
Jeez.
Do you think that this doll might have anything to do with maybe fire?
Maybe. Is it burnt anyway?
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty old, but to me, there could be a.
Pulled out of a house fire. Maybe. It is a bit blackened, but is that just because it's old? I don't know.
Old, maybe. I don't know. So,
Let's ask it. Martha? Did you just try and set fire to Karl? Because he touched you, and he's not meant to. If you did, bang on something.
Activity from it comes many forms of anxiety.
Yeah, that's what the guy said. It causes like mental.
That's what we felt upstairs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We were, you know.
Straight away.
Yeah.
So, we're just taking a break from the investigation for a sec. How are you feeling, man? Are you alright? Because what was going on up there was...
I don't know, man. I can't explain.
Unexplainable. You didn't see it, bro, but there was smoke. Well, I say smoke, it wasn't thick, it wasn't dense. It was almost like breath, mist almost. But it was rising up from you.
It's weird.
And you were smelling burning for probably a good 5 minutes before.
Yeah, it was going on for a long time and it was just seems to be getting stronger and stronger.
Dude, where's all that smoke coming from? Dude, there's literally smoke coming out of your jacket.
There's smoke and then it's like, I put my head back at one point thinking, you're like, I can't explain it, it's just like mist in front of my vision. And then you said as well, dude, you're on fire.
Yeah.
And I looked and I could see the smoke like coming upwards, like rising.
It's rising, it weren't from your mouth.
Dude.
I genuinely thought like a lighter in your pocket had activated.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. You know, the equipment was shorting out or something, because that's the first thing I thought to do was just take this stuff out just in case anything is short-circuiting and I'm on fire. But as we checked out, the equipment was absolutely fine, nothing was hot.
Yeah.
I was so on edge, it was unreal.
Did Martha die in a fire? Could that be the thing? Is she showing you how she died? Or was she trying to ignite you? Were we just seeing kind of some kind of, I don't know.
Was it some kind of coincidence that I touched the door and then that happened?
Yeah, it was happening to you specifically the whole time.
It kind of makes me feel very uneasy, and to be honest with you, right now I kind of a bit paranoid maybe. I don't know. Like or is that just superstition? Because I'm hoping I'm you know, I want to go home tonight, nothing bad's gonna happen, or I'm gonna start feeling depressed and stuff. Because that's what the doll is said to do, is to put dread on people, and you know, mishaps and just unfortunate events on people.
I want to point out as well, after you left, Owen noticed on the wall behind Martha, it had a notice board that said, Martha causes anxiety feelings. Now, what happened to us when we first started, we went up to that room with the dollhouse, all three of us were feeling that.
Like a almost panic attack.
Yeah.
Yes. So the feeling, I'm trying to get that feeling across to people, is that when you've had a scare, a near miss in a car, or you've, I don't know, had a near miss of an accident, and you just get that kind of, you know, that feeling. All of us are getting that. So that is a type of anxiety, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
So it's weird that
It says Martha does that.
it's very difficult to convey on camera feelings. You just have to take our word for it.
Yeah. It is part of investigating. A lot of what you experience is feelings that our bodies experience.
Yeah.
It's not all moving objects or them making noises. They affect us, and that is part of gathering evidence, really. You've got to trust your investigators that we're telling you what is going on.
That's it, yeah.
It was now time to spread out across the museum and each conduct our lone vigils. Considering that we'd experienced some form of activity in every area so far, we were all apprehensive about doing this, to say the least.
Right, so I'm heading back up into the doll's room, which I don't know why I'm doing this, but got to take one for the team, I suppose. This is awful. So I've come back. I've come back into the room. back into Martha's room.
So if there's somebody down here, we think we heard you earlier. Like breathe out, like a breath. Like, it sounded like your last breath. Like breathe out, like a breath. Like breathe out, like a breath. I'm trying to work out, are you here because you like this cinema? Are you to do with this cinema? Or are you to do with the items that are in here, like these body trays? Did you come from where this come from?
I hate the fact that doll's just like staring me out. I'm gonna put a REM pod on the floor, dead centre of the pentagram.
So if you're attached to that doll, can you try to touch it now, please? Touch the device I've just put down on the floor, please.
I keep looking both ways because I just feel like I'm being watched from both ends. What the f***? What the f***? Something just touched me on the wrist. Well, that... I'm pretty sure I never moved. And it's like that zip was flipped on my arm. I've got the zip here, right? It was like that just went. But I'm sure my arm was still. Unless it wasn't the zip. Did you just touch me? Whatever it was, definitely felt something whip my wrist there. If you just touch me, you need to say something to prove that.
Unbeknown to me at the time, the microphone on my camera had stopped working due to a fault which rendered my lone vigils useless to watch. However, going through the footage, we did notice this anomaly that appeared to the left of me. Now, we can't rule out that this is just a dust particle, but that said, we don't appear to see any other dust particles during the time I was filming in that room.
Martha! Yo, there's more banging again. It seems to be happening every time I start saying Martha.
Hello? 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 As a paranormal investigator, I hate that I had the flight reaction after hearing this unmistakable female moan down in the basement with me. But in my defense, I was already really on edge, having felt something hit my arm, as well as feeling constantly watched while down there. This female voice, amplified through the headphones in my recorder, was enough to tip my nerves over the edge, and I just needed to get the hell out of there.
No matter how experienced you are doing what we do, ultimately you are always delving into the unknown, and nobody really knows what we are dealing with and what these unexplained forces are capable of, and that's frightening. What I experienced in Martha's room was a really strong reminder of this. Had I really angered this supposedly haunted doll, which had then attempted to set me on fire? It sounds insane, but there really was no explanation for this, and the intense burning smell, along with this mist-like smoke rising from what appeared to be under my jacket, it just makes me question everything.
It's fair to say that the Haunted Museum surprised us all. From the moment we started the investigation, we experienced some kind of activity in every area we went into. In all honesty, prior to coming here, none of us really believed in haunted objects. But considering the amount of evidence we've documented here over the course of this one night, it has made us wonder whether there could be something to this after all.